Hazing is a tradition that is as central to the college experience as doing Adderall and cheating on your midterm. But is it necessary? In the light of the Penn State cocaine trafficking hazing story that broke last week, we are discussing all things hazing, the history, some fun hazing examples, and why a little bit can be fun, but a lot of it can be not so fun. It's gonna be a great episode. Let's get into it. Hazing.
Hazing.
We're talking hazing today.
Okay.
Which Izzy's not familiar with at all.
I'm not.
I feel like you sort of had some experience as like a new news reporter. Like hazing is kind of like you have to do the shitty parts.
I actually do think that's true. Like I had to work weekends when I was first started and stuff like that.
I think, high level, and we'll get into it this episode, but it's not crazy to have to do certain things when you join an organization, right?
Earn your chops.
Exactly. Earn your chops.
Is that
yeah. Bust your chops, earn your respect. Like, that's not a crazy thing to do. What we're talking about today is college fraternity hazing and how it can be good, but it can also get pretty bad, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to start off with a segment that we've done in the past. This is called Explaining Things to Employed People, okay?
Yes.
So if you are busy with a job and like an actual life and can't consume the internet that we consume, you might not have heard about this story, but for us, it was a big deal. It was all over our algorithms, all over what I like to call the Zinternet. The corner of the internet that covers like frat culture and sports and all that stuff. The impetus for this is the story that broke last week about a Penn State cocaine trafficking ring that was led by two prominent fraternities on campus. All right?
Most insane story ever.
It's pretty crazy. It kind of reads like a movie. It's funny, but it's also like a little kind of depressing and upsetting.
Yeah.
And I think what we wanted to dive into is like, is this kind of stuff really necessary to have fun in college? It's not at all. But this story is right at the Daily Friday alley. So here's what happened. Last week, police announced the arrest of 14 individuals. 13 of these were students, some current, some former, and one of these was the father of a student, which is pretty fucking crazy.
That's insane.
We will cover that in a bit later. That's a crazy move on that dad's part.
Right.
They were running a drug operation on Penn State's campus beginning in 2023, 2024, and going as late as February 2026 this year. Okay, so they announced the arrests last week, but this has been something that's been going on for a couple years.
Yeah, they're probably on their tail for a while.
They've been chasing them, and they did not do a good job of hiding from the police because they did not cover their tracks well at all, as you would expect a drug operation run by fraternities to operate. But right now, the Attorney General is investigating the crimes that took place on two fraternities. All right, so we got Sigma Chi, which was an off-campus fraternity, and DU, Delta Upsilon, and that included a mix of enrolled and graduated kids as well. All right, these fucking kids brought in kilos of cocaine from New York and Pennsylvania, so they crossed state lines, right? Sold them on campus to students, so mainly just to students, which, they're not like running a massive operation. They just are the supplier on campus.
Yeah.
College kids are gonna do cocaine. Someone's gotta sell it to them. It was these fucking kids.
These guys, yeah.
And this is where the headlines really came in. They forced their pledges to cut and package the products as part of their hazing.
That might be the craziest part.
That's fucking insane. And that's what pisses me off about this is like, you are now dragging people into this that are not making money from it.
Right. That's also what is the craziest part to me is that they clearly were not keeping this a secret.
Yes.
Everyone knows if you have a secret, you can tell 1-2 people tops. They're just letting anybody do this.
And I think this is an interesting thing because it's like, this is the thing with college, it feels not real. It feels like you're in a bubble.
Exactly.
Oh, what's the worst that could happen? I get put on standards. It's like, no, when I got caught smoking weed in college, I was like, damn, it sucks. I'm gonna get in trouble. No, I got in trouble with the law. It is a crime. See, you're not just it's not just a standards write-up.
If you're a pledge, are you guaranteed to get into the frat or could you?
So here's the deal. Yeah. If you don't get into it, it totally depends on the thing.
Yeah.
I think if you say, hey guys, I'm not comfortable with that, and they drop you, that's probably not a fucking fraternity that you want to be a part of. All right?
Right.
So when your hazing task is involving scenes from Breaking Bad, when you're stripped down packaging stuff, just take a look in the mirror and decide, is this really worth it? All right? So one of the main guys was a guy named Thomas Robinson, who was selling drugs out of his campus frat house. So he was on campus at the DU house selling drugs out of that house. Right?
Whoa.
And this operation was exactly what you would expect from a college kid. So he went by the name T-Rob.
T-Rob.
Which is just a genius initial first 3 letters. That's very common.
Yep.
He was accepting payment through a Venmo account with the username Tom Robinson, his full fucking name.
I wonder who that is.
And that was taken in court as well. They were using Snapchat to communicate. So like, just because it disappears for you doesn't mean it's like untraceable information.
Only 24 hours.
And this part was kind of interesting, or just a little funny. They executed a search warrant for the frat house in December 2024. He allegedly resisted arrest and thought the officers were his fraternity brothers playing a prank on him. They then had to tase him, which is like when we saw the Iowa State basement video.
Yeah.
It's like those pledges definitely thought the cops were.
They totally thought it was a joke.
Like just fucking with them.
100%.
And that just shows you how out of touch the kids that were running this are. Like they exchanged hundreds of thousands of dollars. They were shipping incredibly large amounts of cocaine across state lines, and they thought like them getting busted was a prank.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. He had 8 grams of cocaine, 8 ounces of weed, and a .45 caliber handgun in his safe above his mini fridge.
Oh my goodness.
Which is insane.
So this is like a huge, serious operation.
Big deal, right?
Yeah.
It's actually no longer a joke.
No, not
right?
at
So
all.
he goes to jail. Bail is set at $1.5 million. That bail is paid, and he gets out of it. Right?
What? 1.5 and they paid it?
Well, because now let's get into this. His father, Paul Robinson, is a prominent lawyer in Pittsburgh, all right?
Of
this
course.
father is also now implicated because he took steps to conceal evidence, had a safe with drugs and cash that he obstructed from the police investigation, right?
Wow.
This is an interesting one because, like, I think a lot of people will be like, if my kid gets, like, a drinking...
Yeah.
I think as a dad, like if my kid got an underage drinking, be like, let him spend the night in the drunk tank. If my kid gets caught with this much intent, like this is years in prison and he's going to rot in a jail, like I'm not letting him like learn his lesson. The lesson he's going to learn is his name is all over the entire fucking internet and he's never going to be able to get a job again. So I don't blame this guy for bailing his son out, but now he's fucking wrapped into it as well. Yeah, hey, listen, if your lawyer has a drug charge, that's actually kind of the lawyer that I might want. So when T-Rob was busted, he then told the authorities his supplier was fellow student Agustino Abatiello, who is the person that's been kind of considered the main kingpin of this.
Right.
This is where the memes came from last week. A lot of people were calling him Pablo Pledgescobar, which is pretty funny. I like that. I also saw Austin Powder, which is pretty good as well. So this is a kid who's from Long Island. He went to Chaminade. So like this kid went to like, this is one of the nicer Catholic schools. Mm-hmm. He's going to Penn State out of state.
Yeah.
And he's still running this operation after he graduated. I think he had a job in accounting and he was still tied up in this somehow. So essentially this guy, when he was at college, kind of took over selling the drugs from one of his Sigma Chi brothers who, when that supplier ran out, then Pablo Pledgescobar found a new supplier in New York when he was like home for the summer that he would then drive to New York and bring product down. So like this guy was like, took it from kind of like selling drugs to fraternity to like a full scale operation.
Wow.
Right? This guy, he's in jail right now, arrested with no bail. He turned himself in. But there's some stories about him like so he was in Sigma Chi, which is different than T-Rob was in DU. Yeah. He was in Sigma Chi, which is an off-campus fraternity.
Gotcha.
Which off-campus fraternities are like, there's no oversight.
No,
right?
I know, it's bad news.
So like they've already been kicked off campus. DU as a fraternity like is now on suspension, which is fucking hilarious. Like you're not gonna kick them off fucking campus because they had a drug operation.
Massive drug operation, I know.
Insane. But there's a bunch of stories about this kid. One of them is one of the guys who also got implicated in this was saying that, and he was an original person that was selling drugs. He was saying he started selling the drugs because Abatello lent him $1,500 for spring break. He couldn't pay him back, so he just like worked off the debt by selling drugs.
$1,500.
Which is like, these kids watch Goodfellas too many times.
But then he kept doing it. I'm sure he worked up that $1,500 pretty quick.
Right. I mean, but this is the point in your life when you gotta be like, maybe I call mom and dad and say, can I have $15 because now I have to fucking deal drugs.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure
like $1,500 is not an astronomical amount of money.
No, I mean, yeah.
If you're going to fucking college and you're in fraternities, the dues at
less than a semester.
The dues at Sigma Chi are probably $15,000. Like you're not a broke person if you're in Sigma Chi at Penn State.
Exactly.
Just saying.
Yeah.
So he's in jail right now, and that's kind of where we are at. Authorities are investigating all this, and I think like you look at this story and it is funny. There are funny elements to it. Like
it is kind of like a movie.
It's the plot from 22 Jump Street. There's funny names for these guys. It's very funny that it's happening at Penn State. It feels like a school, when you think of Penn State, you think of like like kind of like a
preppy,
wholesome, preppy, like frat kid
right,
like this.
Yes.
So you're kind of like, this is not a threatening crime. But
Yeah.
the thing is, like, this is a fucking federal crime.
Yeah.
This is a big deal. This kid said handguns. And
this is huge.
This is a federal crime, and these kids will probably go to jail, and they should. And what's frustrating about this is how unnecessary it is.
Yeah.
You know, like, these kids basically have lit their future on fire they were making hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So, like, you don't need that much money when you are a college student. You should be graduating college with $0 in your bank account.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, work at the fucking library so you can afford beer on the weekends. You don't, what do you need $100,000
Yeah, you don't even know what to spend. Like,
to just seem like a fucking big shot to your buddies.
Right.
Like, that's what pisses me off. The other thing that pisses me off is they've pulled in these pledges as well. Like, making this be part of hazing is kind of fucked up to me, because these are vulnerable freshman kids who are probably halfway through this process, and you're kind of forcing them to do it in a way that they feel like if they don't do it, they have no choice. Like,
exactly.
Obviously, you have a fucking choice. It's hard to realize that if you're a kid at the time.
I know.
And I think this is giving fraternities a bad look. And it's not that hard to give fraternities a bad look. This is an unnecessary way to give fraternities a bad look.
Yeah.
I was in a fraternity. We did some hazing. It was mainly fun, light hazing. It was not that intense. Everybody made fun of us and called us losers because we didn't pledge that hard, but who the fuck cares? At least I'm not in fucking jail right now. But I think hazing is something that's been going on throughout history with guys joining, especially with guys, but with any organization. Like, the Spartan army would fucking take kids when they were children and haze them and make them fight to join their fucking army. Hazing goes back all the way to, like, Plato, like Greek schools, you know? And I don't think it's a bad thing to have to do something to earn the group's respect, but I think at a certain point, you gotta draw the line. Committing a federal crime to join a Big Ten, off-campus Big Ten fraternity, probably not the move.
Worth it,
but I do think there's fun things that can come out of hazing.
Yeah.
As someone that's been in it. And I think that's a good transition to our next interview, which is with Jesse Kendall, who's a new member of the Almost Friday TV sketch comedy team. He's super funny. He was in a fraternity at college as well. We kind of talked about, like, hazing should be fun. Like, you are joining a group of friends, hazing a fraternity. Like, you're not joining the fucking Marine Corps. You're joining a group of friends that drink together and hang out. They should be fun and funny and bring you guys together. So we kind of talked through some funny hazing things we had for him joining the office as a new employee, stuff that happened to us in college. If you enjoy guys in their mid-30s talking about their college experience, this is the episode for you.
Perfect, yeah.
Take it away. For the first time, the newest member of Almost Friday TV, Jesse Kendall.
Yes.
Welcome, Jesse Kendall.
Hey guys, proud to be here. It's been a long time coming. Been really eager to get on here, and I haven't told you that. I've been playing it cool. But
You were playing it really cool.
Really, really
I was
cool.
just being chill. That's how you got to do if you want to be invited on podcasts.
Right,
Easily-
exactly.
Yeah, just not make it known that you want to participate and just sort of drift around.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Right.
I haven't been on a ton of podcasts, but I think that's especially here where there's podcasts happening left and right. I'm like, okay, I got to chill, like, wait my turn, earn it.
Earn it. Hazing.
Hazing.
You got it. You got to pay your dues.
Yeah, I was in a fraternity, obviously. So.
And I'm excited to have you on. That's why we wanted to have you on as well.
Yeah.
All right, so we're talking about this week the news story that has taken over our news feeds, the Penn State fraternity Coke scandal. So you were in a fraternity yourself. What fraternity were you in?
I was in Theta Chi at the University of Delaware.
Fatachi. If
Yeah,
you say that together.
Fatachi.
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to
Brother?
say yeah, I know. I'm like, that's something only we say to each other.
I'm going to go through some of these details as well, but like, how intense was your hazing before we get into this story?
It was pretty intense.
Nothing is worth that at any rate, and nothing is worth some of the stuff that we're going to go through here. But there are fun parts about hazing that are,
for sure.
and like we say hazing, that are essentially like fantasy football punishments and like 100%. Little bits that you do with your friends. That's the good part about hazing. That's the fun part. But I feel like anytime you get like 19-year-olds who are in charge of 18-year-olds, like it'll just go south so quickly.
Right? It's their first like opportunity to have like power over a group of people, and it's just like giving a 19-year-old that amount of power is like they're not done growing.
Absolutely
They're not done growing yet.
Absolutely not. And you
calling the
shouldn't be in
shots.
charge of a guy who you're like 6 months older than.
Oh my God, no. There's no difference there.
Just because you were traumatized, then you get to traumatize the next person.
Yeah, that's really what hazing is.
Yeah, it is though.
It's like I got this done to me. You can't have it easy.
Right, and that's why it's infuriating. It's like when people like it's like when boomers are like, we can't forgive student debt because I had to pay student debt. It's like,
same concept.
Yeah, it's the same concept, but like if you're the person that it happened to and you see it not happen to someone else, you are kind of pissed.
Yeah, and it's funny because I had my like student debt forgiven, and I know if I was someone who paid it off, I would have been like, fuck that, make them pay it.
Yes.
This is bullshit. I worked hard to pay mine off. They're doing it too.
100%.
Even though I'm loving the fact that
it's like, it's good for me. So let's break the cycle. The hard part about this is like, they're halfway through it and they don't want to quit and start over, you know? So they're like, we'll just do it. But
that would have gotten me because I don't like quitting stuff.
Yes.
And if they're also doing the coke, like you have sort of like, you're like, oh man, coke is fun. I'm getting addicted. Yeah. And like, I don't know. There's that element.
Agreed. What would you say like is the worst thing you had to do as a pledge outside of bagging cocaine?
There's like funny ones. Like I played club lacrosse too.
Okay.
And that was like joining a second fraternity because I was like, freshman year I joined the fraternity I was in. Then sophomore year I was like, I miss playing lacrosse. I'm not going to try out for the team, but I'll do club.
Sure.
And they had their whole hazing ritual to themselves. We had to we did like Edward 40 hands.
Yeah.
But we had to be in diapers.
Okay.
And like we had to finish them all within an hour, but it got to a point where like some of us just couldn't do the job in an hour. So we were like drinking, puking off the balcony, drinking, puking. And they're like, that counts. I'm like, why does that count? I mean, I'm glad it counted.
I'm happy that I got through. You don't like to quit things though. You got to finish the bottle. Yeah, I feel like I played club rugby and I was also in a fraternity, but the rugby stuff was kind of insane. But it was more just like stupid shit. And it was like one night. It wasn't like your whole semester. But I remember for rugby, one thing that always stuck with me, they were like, you have to drink, they called it Milwaukee's hottest, like Milwaukee's best beer, but it was Milwaukee's hottest. And it was just a really hot beer. And they were like, well, beer, when it's hot, it gets you drunk faster. And I was like, I've looked it up for years. I've never been able to find out that that's true.
Weird college logic.
I was like, who told you guys that? And like, they weren't like doing it to fuck with us. They just were like, you're going to be wasted off these hot beers. And I'm like, oh yeah, I guess.
How hot were they?
By the time you drank it, like it was just very warm, but like the can wouldn't like burn your hand. But they put them in the oven. Yeah. I was like, okay, that's not that bad.
I will say, I was like a pledge. I was the marshal, which is like the pledge.
Oh, you were
when I was a sophomore or junior.
Like you were in charge of the younger ones.
I was in charge of them.
Interesting.
And I did some fun stuff.
What did you do?
Like we had them, so we put a keg of non-alcoholic beer in the basement of my house. Mm-hmm. And they didn't know that. We pulled like all 10 pledges down to the basement. Yeah. And they were blindfolded. And basically, once we led them down there, and then we left the basement. Okay. And one of my friends came down in this like feathered like chicken suit, full body, and he puts like a cassette tape player in the middle of the room, and then he said, "Take off your blindfolds," and he went upstairs. And so they figured out that they had to play the tape. Okay. And when they played the tape, have you guys seen the Saw movies? Yeah. I basically did like a jigsaw voice into the tape. I was like, let's play a game. You have to finish this entire keg within like an hour. But it was like non-alcoholic. Yeah. So they were like rushing to finish this keg and not getting drunk at all. Yeah. And eventually like...
They were like, I don't know if I'm feeling this.
Yeah. Well, some of them were acting like they were drunk. Yeah. It was pretty pitiful. It was kind of embarrassing. No,
yeah, that's my biggest fear is to be involved in a situation like that and to start acting drunk because like I probably would.
Same.
It's like a contact high. Like you're feeling drunk.
You're with your new buddy.
Yeah, you're like I'm like 18. I've probably been drunk like 4 times in my life.
Yeah, and we stopped him after like 20 minutes because they were going for it. I was like,
it's a lot of carbonation. Yeah. That's like this is probably not good for them. I remember when have you ever seen Boiler Room? It's this movie about working on Wall Street. There's a famous speech from the movie where it's like, you want to know what my life is like? And he basically talks about how sick his life is, right? And on our first day of joining the fraternity, some guy like locked us in a room, an older guy, and like is wearing a suit, and he basically did that whole speech. And like, this is a movie from the 80s or the 90s. So like, no one had really seen it except for one kid who was like, is that from Boiler Room?
He's like, yes.
Finally. And what did you think of my performance? Like, no, like he was trying to do it as if we didn't know it. So that was pretty funny. Like,
frat guys love cinema.
They really do. And they love taking the wrong message from the movies. Like having a Wolf of Wall Street poster in your dorm room. It's like, did you not get the point of the movie that he's not the good guy in the movie?
There's a lot of fucked up shit, isn't there?
The first half of that movie is fucking awesome, though.
Yes.
So I was asking some of the guys around here. There's a couple of interns here who are still in college. A couple of guys that just graduated.
Yeah,
some
I've been
of the
fucking with them.
yeah, they're doing my shit for me. One of the things that's going on nowadays with hazing is they are doing like fun things where someone is like the blank pledge, which wasn't something that we were doing when I was in a fraternity. But like, did you guys do something like that where it was like,
no,
you're like for example, the gargoyle pledge. So your job is to just like crouch like a gargoyle on like, you know.
That's awesome.
Like these are the funny things where I'm like, these are funny. Yeah, like your job on campus is to just crouch like a gargoyle on the thing. Oh. And if someone sees you and you're not doing it, you just get yelled at, whatever. So these are some fun things. I'm going to read them to you. You tell me if you'd be happy to do these or not as a pledge. And honestly, we should be hazing you at almost Friday as a new employee. So you're going to pick which one of these you want to be as the new employee, all right? Which pledge you want to be.
Gargoyle's top of the list.
Gargoyle's an option, okay? We have fruit pledge. Every week you get a piece of fruit. It gets bigger each week, and you have to carry it around with you everywhere you go. Starts at a blueberry, goes all the way up to a watermelon.
Watermelon week would be tough.
Watermelon week would be hard.
Watermelon week would be tough.
Hey,
that one's just gross.
Can you hold my cup? I have to carry this watermelon.
Yeah. Hey, man,
can you grab that door?
I want to take lunch. Do you mind watching the watermelon? I think watermelon maybe, like the blueberry would be kind of gross because you probably put it in your pocket and then it just...
Yeah. It could be an exercise in like discipline, right? Like, can you hold it without crushing it?
Yeah.
I think you could learn from that.
I have small hands, but I think I could
stick it in your ear or something. Put it under your hat. This is one jeans pledge, okay? So every week you have to wear jeans every day, and every week a piece of your jeans are cut. So it just gets progressively shorter and shorter and shorter.
Whoa. That could be like fashionable.
Yeah.
That could look cool. You'd look like a bad boy.
Yeah. Which you already do look like, but even more of a bad boy.
Thank you.
I think you could pull that
Thank
off.
you. Okay, maybe I'll choose that one.
Okay, that actually feels really good.
Yeah, maybe I'll just do that.
Pants beer pledge. All right, every Friday you have to pour a beer down your pants and send a photo of it.
So you can do it remotely.
You can do it remotely. You get to work from home that day.
Check that box, and then you just put on a new set
What
of
if
pants?
every Friday at the like company meeting you had to do it? They spin the wheel, Jesse pours the beer in his pants. All right, everyone back to work.
Do you think that would earn people's respect?
I think, yes, I would. I would respect you for that.
That would be really cool. I'd love to just earn the respect of this entire building in just like one Friday.
Yeah. This is the Jed York pledge. Do you know who Jed York is? He's the 49ers owner. So you have to pay for sex in East Palestine, Ohio every week.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Shit.
At the end of that, they'll be paying you, brother. You know how Jesse do.
You know how I roll.
You know how I roll.
Yeah, they'll be paying me. No, not picking that one.
Yeah.
Can't handle. Yeah.
All right, we have a good morning, good night pledge. So every day you have to send good morning and good night to the active members' girlfriends or wives. So you basically have to we could keep this with
I don't know if they want that. No, please keep explaining that one.
Yeah, no.
Do you send it as yourself, or
yes,
is it
you
like...
have to say as Jesse, good night, Mrs. Kenward.
And I can't be like, I was made to do this. I have to just act like I'm just this kind of guy.
Yeah.
Honestly, that one's kind of funny.
That one could be fun. And you could are you dating anyone?
No, I'm single.
See, you could find a new girlfriend out of it. How'd you guys meet? Oh, I just texted her good night every night while she was dating my boss.
Yeah, she was with Kenward, and then she just fucking liked me.
She liked my text game goes crazy. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, I don't use GIFs. I don't use punctuation, all lowercase, real chill. She liked that. Okay, so that's the full list, right?
Yeah, okay, so we got jeans pledge, gargoyle pledge, we'll include that, fruit pledge, pants beer pledge, Jed York pledge, and good morning, good night pledge.
It's between good morning, good night, and gargoyle pledge. And I like the beer down the pants one because It gives you control.
I think I like that. Control is hard to get in a situation like this. Yeah.
What about you?
I think I would take pants beer pledge. Because I think that's just kind of funny to just like pour beer on your pants.
It's like the coolest one, and I feel like
so
people respect you the quickest.
Yeah. What do you think people should do to be hazed when they join this office, Izzy? Anything interesting?
No, I don't know.
Like clean up?
Oh, yeah. Oh, we could use that for sure.
Yeah,
I think somebody should clean.
That would just be nice. That'd be a nice gesture. You should be doing that anyways, honestly. Was I supposed to be doing that?
I think Rick's doing it right now. No, that one's not bad. That one is like seems like I think people would do that one. If you told them that was required, people would do it. And I've already been kind of
funny to be like hazed at a job.
Yeah, you come to like a workplace and they're like, yeah, so now that you're working here, you're washing the dishes for the first week.
It sort of works at this company because it's sort of like a frat house vibe. Yeah. But like if you're just at a normal job and they're like, so you will have to do the dishes until a new hire joins the team. So
yeah, that's just how it goes. Also, we're going to pour Tabasco in your eyes.
You will have to pour beer down your pants in front of the entire company, and that's...
Honestly, I'm still considering doing that at the Friday meeting.
I think that would just be effective. Cool. I think pants beer is your move.
Pants beer? Okay.
So hazing, it's fun, right? And it is fun. It brings people together. Yeah. It's not that serious all the time. It obviously, if you give 18-year-olds too much power, they'll lose it. One of the interesting things about this Penn State thing was like I was looking at one of the campuses and they were like the fourth best campus on fraternity. Fourth best fraternity on campus. So to like go through all that to like not even being like the best fraternity.
Yeah.
Kind of funny.
Federal prison for 10 years.
For not even to be top house, bro.
Yeah, well, I can truly relate to that because like when I joined my fraternity my freshman year, it was like one of the cool ones.
Yeah.
And then like top 3, I'd say.
Yeah.
But, you know, I don't know if they had this at your schools, but like every year a fraternity would ask a sorority to do like Greek week and formal with them.
Okay.
So they'd like pair as a sorority fraternity pair.
Yeah.
And the sorority we asked had already committed to this other place, this other fraternity. That wasn't like probably equal. They were probably equal to us, but we didn't know and they rejected us, and all our older members just like, not all, but like most of the cool ones like quit.
What?
So we were left. We were
just
new.
Because they got rejected?
Yeah, they were sourpusses. Yeah, and
that is toxic masculinity at its finest.
I know.
Right? It's like, dude, come on, you're a senior in college,
right?
Like, yeah.
I'm like, stick it out. Like, have you ever just asked anyone out and been rejected? Like,
that's
it's
crazy.
Life.
It matters so much to you when you're in college, and like looking back, it doesn't matter at all.
What was yours?
I was in SIGEP at Richmond. So SIGEP was founded on Richmond's campus. So Nationals was in our, like literally next to us.
The first chapter.
And like people, it would be so like I never went to these, but like if you were like on exec, you'd have to go to these like nationals conferences, and people would be like, "You guys are Mother Alpha." Like, oh my, like, it's like we just happened to.
Yeah, it's like calm down, guys.
Yeah, it's like I didn't do anything. I just joined. Like it just was a coincidence. So SIGEP is a non-hazing fraternity. Like we did do, you know, relative hazing things, like fun things, but because we were the Mother Alpha, Nationals was like always there. We did do like our own hazing, but we didn't have like a thing, you know, like you have like the whole thing.
Yeah, like
you have to do these things, which is a crazy thing that there's like actual documentation of what you should be, how you should be hazing your members for like, these fraternities.
Crazy, dude.
There's like documents of like
our
you have
book is crazy weird.
Yeah,
it had all this weird old terminology. I'm like, what are we doing?
I know.
And the induction ceremony felt like a seance. I'm like,
and we would do
the nerdiest thing I've ever.
One of the things that we got made fun of, but I still think is a totally legitimate thing, is we had this party called like Cupcake Party, and it was like at the house, and we just baked 5,000 cupcakes and just threw them. Like we just, it was sick. But like we made the pledges bake cupcakes, and like the yik yak comments were just like, SIGEP's pledges have to make cupcakes. Like what a fucking joke of a fraternity. I'm like, whatever, guys, fuck you.
College guys' perspective.
I'm like, that's hilarious.
Awesome. Yeah.
Like,
what'd you throw them at?
We had these houses called like lodges, and it was just an empty house with a dance floor, and we would just throw them at everyone. And like a lot of people slipped and fell, and it's actually kind of dangerous, but it was fun.
Yeah, just
Cupcake Lodge. It was awesome. A lot of concussions.
Yeah, it's actually not that weak, guys. The cupcake stuff gives people really bad concussions.
There's a lot of
CTE.
head trauma.
Yeah.
But I was kind of thinking, like, as an adult, would you go through hazing to join organizations that are important to you? We've already established you would pour beer on your pants to join Almost Friday. But there's a lot of hazing that goes on in other organizations as well. So we'll kind of touch on this as well. NFL hazing, I feel like, is a thing. Like rookie hazing, it's like you got to buy dinner or you got to like carry the shoulder pads. In the old days, it was like, we'll tie you to a fucking goalpost and like pee on you.
Yeah, and leave you there.
Which I would still do though.
I would do that.
Come on,
tie me to a pole, piss up. Like, no, I'm serious. Like, I would do, especially if
I actually want to do that.
Yeah, I actually like pee. I would do that one, especially because like, I'm in the NFL almost, basically. You know, I'm like definitely in the training camp.
That's worth it.
Why not? I'm not gonna not do this and lose the respect of like a huge edge rusher.
This is, to me, is also like investment banking. They're like, your hazing is like, you got to work 100 hours. I don't know if it's like true hazing, but like that is worth it to me because you will still make a fuckload of money. You know, like there's an end point to it.
Yeah, that one's interesting. I didn't even think of that angle of like working like extra hours.
I
would do that one. Sounds kind of easy.
Okay, the other thing I was thinking, like being a U.S. senator, you kind of get hazed. They just get like incriminating evidence of you and just blackmail you. Like, would you do that to be a U.S. senator? Would you commit a crime to get blackmailed? But then you get to be the senator of California. What's the answer? No?
No.
He's like, yes, absolutely.
Commit a crime to get blackmailed. Wait.
They were like, okay.
Do you want that?
You can be the senator of California.
Okay, cool. I love that.
Keep talking.
Keep talking.
Power.
You got me.
But basically, it involves you being a puppet for a shadow group, and you get blackmailed for a crime. But you still get to be. You could pass some really impactful legislation.
Oh, true. I didn't think about like the positive impact I can make. What's the crime? Like,
it's not a weird sex crime. It's just like maybe they videotaped you pouring beer on your pants.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I would do that.
I was hoping you'd say it's not a bad sex crime. It's just you're having sex with Beyonce or something and it gets leaked. You're like,
leak that. Let that out.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely like change the world in a good way to do that.
Do you understand? They have photos of me banging Beyonce.
You don't understand how incriminating that is. Jay-Z is gonna. Why is that? That's true. Jay-Z would be pissed.
Yeah, Jay-Z would probably kill you.
But I don't think I would do that one.
Yeah, I don't think I would either because like I feel like
the Beyonce thing. Like if a real crime, like I don't think I'd want to be senator that bad.
I feel like getting hazed as an adult is kind of like, what are we doing, guys?
Yeah, you're like, all of it sounds like immediate no. I will say, maybe not for a job, but if you were like, Jesse, we can give you 4 to 5 inches of height. And
so you'd be 6'9".
Really nice hair and like 6'9". Yeah, I'd be 6'9". That's dream height. Yeah, I think if you were making like cool, like something you'd wish for from a genie, I would take hazing.
Yeah.
You know, to find love or to get taller. Or maybe to have like a really good singing voice.
Whoa. All right, let's wrap up with one more quick game. Izzy's going to read us some headlines.
These are real reports of hazing incidences. You guys have to guess which ones are real and which ones are fake, okay?
Oh, cool.
This one person reported they had to chug a bottle of the hottest sauce from Buffalo Wild Wings with no other drink allowed until it was gone. Do you think that's a real report or do you think it's fake?
That feels real.
What do you say?
Real.
That was real.
Wow. I remember actually when I was doing, we're fucking kings.
We know.
When I was a freshman, we had to like eat the wing at like at one of these places where you have to sign a waiver because it's so hot.
Oh, shit.
And I took a bite and I was also drunk at the time. Came home, fell asleep, woke up, and I like shit and threw up at the same time. And it was just like the hot sauce coming out both ends.
Oh, damn.
And I was screaming to my roommate. I was like, Matt, help me. He's like, what do you want me to do? I was like, help. And he's like, help. I was like, what can I possibly do to help you in this situation? You're naked, shitting and throwing up.
There's nothing.
I'm like, I don't know.
Just want to let you know
I'm struggling. Yeah, all right, so that was real?
That was real.
Let's fucking go.
The next one is, this was reported saying they had to be a human alarm clock. They had to make an alarm noise outside of someone's room until they came out or snoozed. at which point the pledge would have to go back off in 10 minutes to re-wake him up.
That one sounds annoying. And
That
rough.
sounds annoying. I think someone probably has to do that, though.
I agree.
Yeah, that was a real report.
Oh, we're so much
Okay, the next one, the human Roomba. So this person reported that pledges had to crawl around the common room on hands and knees while pushing a tennis ball with their noses, collecting pieces of trash, and then returning them to a designated charging station.
Again, I feel like that is something that someone would do. Like, that doesn't sound that brutal.
These are really
These are
all
like
sound
fun.
plausible. But I'm going to go out on a limb and say fake. The tennis ball seems not necessary. Maybe this just adds to the pain.
Yeah,
I'm just going to be crazy and say not real.
Dude, you're fucking nuts. I'm going to say real.
It's not real.
Oh!
I
don't know. Chaos, dude.
Whatever.
Jesse the bad boy.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Bad boy. Yeah, I
Just
guess I'm like
trusting my
sort of
instinct
nuts.
on it.
That's a guy from Theta Chi right there.
This one is, they were put into a dark room filled with fog machines and strobe lights, semi-blindfolded with heavy metal blaring, and they had to navigate an obstacle course and answer questions or recite the Greek alphabet.
That feels real to me.
I was thrown out by this semi-blind.
Yeah,
like one eye or just see-through kind
do they
of.
give you like a weird prescription where you just like it's a little blurry?
Yeah.
Like I'm nearsighted.
Yeah, these are not quite your vision.
Now let's try this on the right. Yep. That'd actually be
Good.
more frustrating than being blindfolded. Is like being slightly off. Whoa.
Oh yeah, we should go back to school.
Dude,
just
we
to
should
employ
start an
that one.
adult fraternity.
We should.
I think that would be so sick.
Yeah, I think I know a few people around this building that would.
Benefit from some adult hazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some entitled pricks who work.
We won't do the hazing now. We will haze. We don't need to because like,
No, we're
it.
president, vice president. We can pick someone to do the hazing, and we can attend the national conferences.
That's always actually what I've wondered about people that start fraternities. It's like, did you guys haze yourself the first year?
Yeah.
Or like then the first pledge class, you're hazing them, and they're like, wait, who hazed you?
Exactly. Well, we had like maybe one or two start while I was there on my campus.
Yeah,
and that was the main thing that popped up for me. I was like, okay, so you guys just get a free pass?
Yeah, that seems, or you're hazing each other, which is also like, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, that's,
like either way, it's weird to me.
It's a lose-lose there.
Yeah, that's why you never start anything in life.
Exactly.
Yeah, just ride other people's coattails.
Jump on.
A couple of 30 guys in their mid-30s talking about college.
Yeah, let's dice on the founders for a hot second, guys.
Thank you, Jesse, for joining us. Follow him.
so
What's your
much.
Instagram?
At Jesse_Kendall.
Right down the middle. I love it. And check him out on Almost Friday TV and all things Almost Friday.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you for joining us, Jesse. Follow Jesse. Watch some of the AFTV videos. They're fucking hilarious.
They're hilarious.
The old crew will come back at some point, but until then, they're off shooting a fucking movie that's been announced. Give it up for these guys. They're being very funny, and we love their videos. I actually read an interesting study from Elon on theories and research on why groups haze members, right? And there's a lot of different elements to this. Some of them are, number one, it is like brings people together. Like just shared trauma brings people together. And it's not like true trauma.
But like,
but
I see what you're saying.
It brings you closer. Rites of passage help people gain self-esteem. So you're like, I finished that. I feel good about myself now, you know?
Yeah.
That's one thing. But one of the big things, as well as like, you know, traditional forms of masculinity, people think you have to do like this. But one of the things is lack of external constraints. So it's basically like when people are left alone and no one's like getting in their way, if you're an off-campus fraternity run by 19-year-olds hazing 19-year-olds hazing 18-year-olds, it's going to get ugly quick.
Yeah.
So that's the big issue with
It's kind of what
these
Jesse
things.
said, like their brain is not developed yet.
Their brain's not developed yet.
Mine's not
they
even
shouldn't be in
developed
charge. They shouldn't be babysitting children, and let alone
Babysitting.
like giving people alcohol. I'm going to give you a celebrity.
Okay.
Think of an actor who had a horrible hazing allegation against them from when they were in college.
Okay.
Can you guess who this is? They are probably in their 50s.
Okay.
They became famous from a TV show.
All right.
White guy. He went to UT, University of Texas.
Okay.
He's pretty hot.
Is it Matthew McConaughey?
No.
But am I like close? Is it like Tim Allen or something?
No.
TV show. What genre of TV show?
A drama.
I don't know.
But you don't really watch TV.
No.
John Hamm.
Oh,
You could totally see that. John Hamm took part in a violent college hazing in 1990, this is all alleged, but he said that John Hamm and the other members beat him, hit him with the paddle, shoved his face in dirt, and then dragged him by the claw of a hammer, hooked his underwear, and then set his pants on fire.
Oh my gosh.
Also, one of the U.S. presidents, George Bush, when he was at Yale, was implicated in a scandal where members of the DKU fraternity branded triangles onto the lower back of pledges. He was quoted as dismissing the injuries as only a cigarette burn. So George Bush was fucking nuts, and then he stopped drinking, and he was less nuts. But he was like, has insane stories of him at Yale.
That's crazy.
Anyways, hazing is a part of our history, and joining an organization, you do have to do certain things to join them. We got into that a little bit here. We asked people at the Almost Friday office, what is hazing that should happen at our company? If we were to haze new employees at the office, what should we do?
Make them build a parlay.
It's not hazing. Make them sit next to Bastion all day.
Yeah, that's tough.
Make them go in the bathroom after. No, I wasn't done. After Bastion uses it.
Ah, there you go.
Okay, we need to put them in the edit bay with the fellas on a Friday afternoon, locked in there. They're just pumping shots of stuff I haven't seen in 15 years. Yeah, can't crack the windows. First week of their employment, they have to sleep. They cannot leave the edit bay.
God,
except with an escort to the bathroom from Locks, who is apparently, that's part of his hazing. Like, you go to the bathroom or something.
You know, our kitchen is a disaster. If they had to clean it.
If your first day, you were told that there was some sort of hazing that you had to do, what would be your response?
I mean, if it's cleaning the kitchen, that's not that bad. If it's, going to the bathroom after Bastion, that's, maybe that's where we draw the line.
I'd make them walk to work for the first week of them working here.
No socks or underwear for a week. And I'll do it with them. I'm already doing it.
What would you have them do?
Commence suck down.
So spend 20 minutes with you.
Have you ever heard of the elephant walk?
Oh, come on.
They'd have to talk with Izzy for an hour.
Oh, shit, all right. So, how would you guys haze a new hire?
Elephant walk.
A fifth and a friend, but there's not a friend and it's just yourself. And if it's not done by noon on your first day, you're fired.
What if someone's an alcoholic?
Even better. It'll sure be easy for them.
If they were eating a banana, I'd slap it out of their hands.
I would give them the wrong name for everybody. Yeah, and just switch it around.
For 1 week, go to Jackson and Bastion's house and clean everything inside.
I make them do the elephant walk.
Jesus. All right, you guys. I wonder if there is any company where it has sanctioned hazing.
That would be
it
insane.
Would be this fucking company.
It would be us.
It actually is funny. I don't think that many people in this office were in fraternities.
Yeah, it's honestly
it's more people that are artists and
That's
editors.
so true. It's a lot less than
it's not
you would
actually
think. I'd say it's 50-50. It's kind of funny.
But yeah, what do you think we should do to haze people?
I think cleaning is a good one.
I like the concept of at a job you are the new hire for the amount of time until there's a new hire, and you have to do a new hire task.
Yeah.
And you're just really hoping that your company's hiring.
Yeah, exactly.
If your company's failing,
if we are going under,
it's a long pledge process. That's all we have to say about hazing. I think some hazing is good, too much hazing is bad. I think that's the lesson here.
I think that's fair, yeah.
I think that's fair. Let's kick it over to everything else you missed this week. The biggest news of the week outside of this was R.I.P. Dolly Parton. Now, you shared an interesting fact about her. She has a new song that's being released in 2046.
She has a song that will be released in 2046. She left that for us when she passed.
More people should do that, by the way.
I mean, I think they do. Michael Jackson.
He left songs to be released 20 years after his death.
I don't know if it was 20 years after, but there was unreleased songs. I don't know if he did it intentionally.
I feel like there were people that died, but he died and Mac Miller had an album, but they died unexpectedly.
Right, they were
she
working
died.
on
She was
stuff.
80. She just didn't want to release it. That's gonna hit like crack in 2046. This woman was an amazing person. We talked about her in the podcast a few months ago. There was a study done by basically who is the most loved American figure.
Yeah.
I think she had 65% favorability, and Barack Obama was number 2 at 14% favorability.
That's good.
She cleared him, and it wasn't even close.
She's so likable.
I know. She's the perfect person. We're gonna miss you, Dolly. Someone who is not the perfect person, and also kind of old, is Jed York, who is the owner of the 49ers, who was caught this week trying to pay $160 for sex in East Palestine, Ohio, which if you don't know what that place is, it is like, it's like the definition of Rust Belt, where like they used to have manufacturing jobs, they went away, and like now they're super, you know, there's no jobs and nobody lives there. This was in a trailer park. They made headlines 2 years ago because like a truck spilled like toxic waste all over the town.
Oh my goodness.
It's crazy. And the fact that he was there is like, you have to be so fucking horny. I guess he was like texting with, somehow he got in touch with an escort, was texting with them, drove out and like parked at like a trailer park to have sex for $160.
Huh.
He's probably addicted to drugs, honestly. Or he just knows that like high-end hookers will like try to blackmail you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's almost better to pay for like $100.
You're giving me the benefit of the doubt here.
Yeah.
You're like maybe
no, he's a smart sex addict.
He was.
Shout out to him. Shout out to KFC China as well, who launched an Oreo chicken burger. This is a chicken burger with 2 Oreos as the patties.
I saw that.
They do it different in China.
Would you enjoy that?
I think I would. I think that might be the only thing we can eat now with all the food recalls, which is a good reminder to plug our interview on YouTube. We posted this yesterday, 2 days ago. Hydroxide is a food scientist. She was super fun. This was a great interview. I actually learned a lot. We asked her about the food recalls, what we can and can't eat. You should check that out. It's on the YouTube. Let's keep it with the old ladies, all right? The world's oldest person, Ethel Caterham, turned 117 years old this week.
Wow.
She shared her secret to living longer. It's never argue with anyone, which I completely disagree with.
Yeah, you gotta
bullshit.
keep
I
your
would debate
fire.
her to death. Yeah.
I like that.
I would have trouble with that. I like to argue. Let's move to our final lady of the week, and that's Kinley Rasmus, who is a pitcher for Alabama, a girl, who set the record for most strikeouts and most hits in a Little League World Series. They advanced, they beat Pennsylvania, and they are in the Little League World Series now.
Wow.
Pretty sick.
That is really
and
cool.
Monet Davis, do you remember Monet Davis?
No.
She was the girl who was a pitcher, I think it was like 10 or 12 years ago. She is now in the Women's Baseball League playing center field. She's a fucking beast, making an insane play. Shout out to her. And you know, just one more, just quick shout out. I think this is a girl. There was a newborn kitten that broke the Guinness World Record for toes on a kitten. It was born with 29 toes.
That can't be good.
It's probably not good. It's got to be really hard to wear those like toe shoes.
Well, she's a cat, so.
Well, the toe shoes are good for, you know, athletic balance and flexibility, so. All right, guys, that's all the news that's fit to podcast this week. Check out our interview with Hydroxide from 2 days ago about the food recalls. Share this with a friend. And if you get in Hayes this weekend and they ask you to sell drugs, just quit.
Say no.
Join the club lacrosse team, okay? Have an amazing weekend. Go Jets.